Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, about 6:45 in the morning. My family just took off. Wife went to work and the kiddos went to school. I have the day off work and I plan to spend it in the shop. Got a few things I need to take care of. I've got a bottle stopper that I started on the lathe. Got to get that done. And then I've got a number of pins here that I've committed to make for people. And really, that's all I'm going to talk about right now because that's what I want to focus on today. Don't know that I can get them all finished today, but I'm going to work real hard to see just how many I can get done. The sooner I get those done, the sooner I can get on to goofing off on things I want to do. It's now 7:30. I've been working on blank preparation this morning. Let me show you what I got done. The first two are Alumilite, as is the last one. These are acrylic. I picked this solid black blank up from Woodcraft. This is a navy blue. This is an army drab green. I've got a customer who has been a wonderful customer for a number of years, and she wanted 5 30 cal pins, 2 Army, 1 Navy, and 2 Air Force, and that's where the colors come from. I had the Alumilite blanks made, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the name because I don't want to screw it up, but I am going to attempt it. Cheyenne's Pins and Blanks. He made these navy blue and army drab green blanks for me, and sent them over to me, and they're amazing. They drilled beautifully, they cut beautifully. I'm hoping they turn just as nice, which I'm sure they will. They are Alumilite. I went ahead, I just got done painting the inside of my tubes. You can see some of the paint kind of dripping through. That one I didn't poke all the way through, but it's deep enough to accept the tube. I've tested it. I get asked all the time, what do you paint the inside of your tubes with, or your blanks? I like to buy this little Testors multi-pack. I got all different colors to choose from, and pretty much you can find something close or that's going to work for you. These need to dry, and then I'll get them glued up. What else I want to work on today, I've got the 2 coffee blanks. I've got the Reinhardt pin with the Masur birch, and I believe that's it. That's all I've got left on my commission pins, and what those boil down to is the pins I'm doing for the military style, the 30 cal. That young lady has been a wonderful friend and customer of mine for a number of years. I normally don't take commissions, but for her I do. And then the 2 seam rippers, a gentleman in my club, good friend of mine from the club, he turns a lot of larger things. He's not really into the small items. And the Kentucky coffee blanks, they have a very sentimental meaning to 2 people. And he asked if I would do them for him. And you take care of the guys in your club because that's what club's all about. Lastly, I'm working on a bottle stopper. I keep thinking I got something else over there for you guys. Oh, the Reinhardt. There's a gentleman in Sweden, I think I told you guys about this, who asked me, he saw me using the Masur birch that Friedrich Jerry sent me, and he asked if I could make a pin for him a while back, and I agreed to do that. I told him it would be a little bit of time because I had the craft show, a lot of stuff going on, and he's like, hey, no hurry, just whatever. So I apologize to him for the length of time, but I'm going to be working on that the next couple days. Keep my fingers crossed to get it done, and then I'll be contacting him for shipping information. The other thing I'm working on, and I'll show you guys real quick. I started this the other day. It is a bottle stopper I'm working on for a guy at work. But check this out. It's my new Turncrafter, or new to me, Turncrafter Commander lathe. And it is awesome. It's variable speed. It's got an indexer on it. I can index it. There's the measurements there. The tailstock is graduated so I can see how far I'm drilling into a blank. I mean, this thing is sweet. Check it out. I love it. Sorry about the dirt on the bench. I set that up. I got that. That came from Sean Shirey. Sean contacted me because he knew I was having trouble with my lathe, and he had purchased a brand new lathe. I told the whole story in a little video that I did, and I'm hoping most of you have watched that. It's on my other channel. But he asked if he could send that to me because he wanted to give it to somebody, but he wanted to give it to somebody who was going to use it. And he knew that with what I'm doing, trying to show how things work and turn things and teach, that I would do my best to put it to good use, and I plan to wear it out. Yeah, I can guarantee you that. I'm going to wear that sucker out. It is awesome. But anyway, Sean Shirey sent that to me, and I got it on Friday, and my son, it was in the trunk of my car, and my son had opening night. He played Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So Friday night I had opening night, so I didn't get it out, and Sean sent me a note, hey, how do you like the lathe? And I had to apologize. I was so excited to get it, and I wanted to rip into that box. but I decided to wait, and it hit me. I said, why don't I just do a live? Because a lot of people are going to have questions about that, and that way the core people who I'm friends with and like to watch my channel, they'll know the whole story. So I did a live on Saturday morning where basically I talked about my old lathe a little bit, and then I unboxed it, and man, it was awesome. It just was so exciting unboxing it, and this is the nicest lathe I've ever had. I absolutely love it, and it's been wonderful. I can't tell you how thankful I am. And I tried to allude to that in the video, but it's difficult to say thank you to somebody when they step out and do something like that for you, because it is completely unexpected, and you're not out for things like that. They just happen, and sometimes it really hits you right here, you know, right in the old heart. And thank you, Sean. But I'm gonna let you guys go, because now that those are drying, the paint's drying, I'm gonna get over here and finish up this bottle stopper. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I've been working on my bottle stopper. It's looking nice. I got a great transition right there. Happy with that. As you come around, there's my cabochon. I got, it's about, you see how thick it is? It's about twice that thickness, so there's about that much below the surface. I like to put a lot of wood below the surface, so as I shape, let's say you take a nick out of that and you need to clean it up a little bit, you've got plenty of extra wood to do that. You don't want to put a real shallow piece in there, and then all of a sudden you got a problem. Now what you've got to do is cut it all out and start over. So that's drying right now, and I'll be ready to start shaping that in a few minutes. It's been a good day so far. Still doing a lot of prep work on stuff, you know, making sure everything's ready to go. I showed you the bottle stopper a minute ago. Let me show you this Kentucky Coffee seam ripper I'm working on. This is a beautiful piece of wood. Kentucky Coffee reminds me almost of like a white oak, but then it smells like a zebrano. So if you've ever smelled zebra wood, it kind of smells like the zebra cage at the zoo. That's about what it smells like. That one's got all of its coats of thin and one coat of medium on it. I got 2 more coats of medium, then I'll micro mesh and polish. I've got 1 more of those to make, and then we'll move on to, I may move on to the Reinhardt and get that taken care of. I've also got another little project here I want to show you. If you saw the unboxing video, pardon the tape, I'm putting CA on blank, you'll remember I pulled a plastic bag out of the box and I thought it was guards for the lathe. Well, Sean Shirey also sent me this, and what it is a 3D printed micro mesh holder. So you put your micro mesh down in here, and this gets threaded onto here or screwed onto there, and I've got some screws, and I'm going to put a couple spacers, and then basically this will be hard to do with a camera in my hand, but you fill this with water. You can grab your micro mesh pads, pull them out of the bottom, dip them in the water, use them on the lathe, and then drop them back in the top. They'll dry, and they're always in the right order. This is not a huge deal for me because I use the finishing system from Penn State, which is color coded, so it's real easy to work with. But if you've ever used regular micro mesh, it's all either kind of a grayish or a brownish color. What I'm going to do though is, you can see on the front of here where the micro mesh gets pulled out, it's kind of deep down in the water. I'm going to go ahead and apply a couple of spacers, which will raise this up, I guess 3/4 of an inch or so. It'll make it easier for me to grab the pads, and then there are instances where I like to use them dry, so that way I can pull them out, I can use them, and if I don't want to dip them in the water, you know, I'm not down here with my hand in the water, you know, worried about that. So I'm going to be working on getting this put together. I made one modification. On the bottom, I drilled out a little bit on the bottom, and you can kind of, and I put some CA in there, and you can kind of see how it was 3D printed there, how that it prints, everything's sort of hollow to save plastic, but I put some medium CA in all those little hollow spots after I drilled it out, and I did that so I could countersink my screw. See, so now I can countersink the screw, and then I can drop the spacer on there, set this on top, and then I've got lock washers and nuts to hold everything together. So gonna be working on that. My first seam ripper in Kentucky Coffee is done. My second seam ripper has its final coat of CA, and as soon as it's dry, I'll get it micro meshed. Let me show you what else I've been working on. This is pretty cool. It's a little project that I'm doing with Route 66 soda. These are some of their bottle caps, and what I've done is remove the skirts from the caps, and I'm going to take them over to the grinder and kind of grind the backs so they're nice and flat, and we're going to make a little project out of them. It's not going to happen today, but it'll happen over the course of the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned here and to Instagram, and you'll kind of see the progress as it happens. I won't be doing a video on this. It's just a for fun project. Well, I'm winding down the evening here. I got the Reinhardt pin kit turned. This is Masseur Birch. The kit is really neat. I don't know that I'm a fan of the big lug nut looking back end of it, but it's a very solid kit. It's got a very smooth action with the transmission. It's a really nice kit overall. I just think I'm more a fan of a round trim ring. That's just me. What do you guys think? Let me lay it aside here. I'm trying to decide what to do next. It is 4:45, and my daughter has asked me to take her up to the archery range. And since I've goofed off all day in the shop, I don't feel it's right that I don't take a little time, since they're home from school now, to go ahead and spend some time with them. So I think what I'm going to do, wind it down, call it quits. I got a lot of good stuff done in the shop today. I got some stuff prepped for tomorrow, ready to go. I actually I cut, drilled, and tubed, and now they are trimmed and ready to go. Another set, this is just a set of slimline blanks. I am going to try tomorrow, turn between centers, and I will film that, and once I get a chance to edit it, I'll get that edited, and I'll pop it out on the internet so you guys can see how that went. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I have a funny feeling I'm gonna have a great amount of success with this new lathe. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I had a great day. I hope you enjoyed. This update, and if you follow along on Instagram, I hope you enjoy what I've been posting all day. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.